So this video is going to be a very different video than you're used to seeing on this channel. But I wanted to make this video to speak on some of the issues that have been happening recently. As you know, this channel focuses on really helping you take on a holistic approach to design a life that you love. And that means that even in situations where things might seem hopeless and discouraging, I want you to know that there are things that you can still do, and there are things that we can all do to help build a society where everyone is able to design and live their best life. And so I wanted to make this video because I did not want to be silent on it anymore. Honestly, I've been hurt so many times. Every time these situations happen, it's like it hits home personally, that I honestly partially allowed myself to become numb to the pain. And it's not because I don't care. I do care. But it's because it becomes such a heavy burden to deal with time and time again, that by allowing myself to become partially numb to the pain, I avoid having to deal with it. But I decided to make this video because it's just not time to be silent anymore. It's time to actually speak up and try to be heard. As you can see, I'm a black woman, and as a black woman, I've felt the pain of so many families who have endured such senseless loss for no other reason but because their family members who have been killed look the way I do. It aches my heart to know that I can be hated for no reason other than the fact that I'm a black woman. Not because of how smart I am, not because of the things that I might be wearing, not because of how I talk or how I carry myself in public, but solely because of how I look. Now, as a black woman who hopes to someday birth children into this world, one of my greatest fears is to give birth to children in a country and in a world where they're going to be disliked and mistreated solely because they're black. I have a brother, I have a partner, cousins, family members who are mostly black, and I should not have to be fearful that every time they step out the house, they may never come back. No one should have to tell their family members or their friends that if you get stopped by the police, don't exercise your rights. And it's not because they don't think they have rights, but it's because they want to make sure that they see their family or their friend at the end of the day, that these people come home. I don't think it's fair. It's not fair that people who look like me should have to constantly live in fear that when they step out, they might not come back home. It is not fair. It is not fair that someone else may get the promotion or the higher salary just because they look different than I do, even though I may be more qualified. It is not fair to have to constantly work 2 times or 3 times as hard to fit into a society that is supposedly one nation and undivided with liberty and justice for everyone. It is not fair. There has never been liberty for the black man, and there has never been equal justice for the black man. I am tired. And I'm sure we as a black people, we are all tired because enough is enough. Some people might say that the way this man was treated, he was treated like a dog. I will boldly say no, he was not treated like a dog. As a matter of fact, he was treated worse than a dog. Because no one would stand by like these officers did and watch a dog be treated in the way this man was treated. No one would allow a dog to be treated that way. And even if a dog was treated that way, the person who treated the dog that way would have already been charged with animal cruelty and other charges. So to sit there and say that this man was treated like a dog, that's not true. He wasn't. He was treated worse than a dog. We are not animals. We are human beings with families, with wives, with daughters. We have feelings too. We bleed just like you. It is not fair. I know it's hard to be positive in a time like this. Trust me, it's hard for me too. But you have to know that there is hope. I know we're not where we want to be. We have a long way to go to get to where we want to be. But things used to be worse. We've come a long way from where we used to be. And to get to where we want to be, there are things that can be done. Be mindful of the things you allow yourself to consume. Be mindful as to how you allow the media and the things that the media portray as true about us. Be mindful about the businesses your money supports. Are these businesses representing us in their products, in their services? Are they standing with us, for us? Do they really understand us? Start with your local community too. Know the laws that your local governments are looking to implement and how they're going to affect you. Start demanding that your local representatives are people who look like you and at least understand you and have your best interests at heart. If you're looking at this video and you cannot identify with what I'm saying, I urge you to at least start by recognizing that there is a problem. And if you choose to not do anything, you choose not to say anything, or you think that there's not a problem, then you are also part of the problem. Recognize that white privilege does exist. And no, I'm not talking about socioeconomics, and I'm not talking about wealth. I'm talking about being treated favorably just because you look different than I do. It does exist. And I think that's one of the major problems. Now, I don't condone all the rioting and the looting and everything else that has come as a response to what has happened, I don't condone it. But I will definitely say I do understand the pain that underlies that kind of response. It's the pain that has come as a response to not being heard. It's the pain that comes as a response to having been treated like this time and time again. So for those of you who might not have been personally affected by this, or you don't really identify with this, stand with us. Take a stand with us and demand that there is a system in which we're all treated equally. That there's equal liberty and there's equal justice for everyone. Know that we can effect change. These small things can help effect change. And if we stand together, then we can all contribute to a society where everyone is able to live and design their best life. For those of you who are watching this video or you have been a subscriber, I just want to take the time out to tell you thank you for watching and supporting. Thank you for contributing to the solution, and thank you for being a part of this community. I really, really do appreciate you. I encourage you to know that things will get better. It may be slow, but we will get there one day, hopefully. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys next time.